And welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burrage, and this one is all about color and specifically neutrals. You know, I love to paint with lots of brilliant colors. This is the Holbein heavy body acrylic charts. I make a chart every time I get a new color in my studio, and I put it up here on the chart. Nice to know what you have in stock. But what happens though if you want to dial it back a little bit? So I started getting into neutrals now, along with the strong colors. And the way I make neutrals, or the typical way, is you take a color wheel and opposite colors, like here's red and green, opposite colors, you mix them together, you get this really dark color. But if you add lots of white to it, look at this titanium white, and more. Look at that beautiful color. It's because it was made up by these two colors opposite to each other. On my color wheel, the same thing. We don't say the word complement. So purple, green, two colors opposite to each other, purple, green, makes this incredibly dark, beautiful color. Start adding white to it, bam. And then what you do next is, after that has dried, you take those two colors and you paint them boldly on top of this. The whole painting holds together. So I can't remember all these colors, and so I made my own chart. The way I make a chart is these are 10 by 10 watercolor sheets of paper, and here's the green, here's the red, mix them together, and mix it together with a whole lot of white, and bam, what a beautiful neutral tone. The same with blue and orange, this really incredible soft green, lots of white to it, soft, and so on and so on. So I make my own chart that I use and refer to all the time. Why do I do that? So I can do a painting like this here. So the bold color would be the yellow and the blue. You mix them together, you get this beautiful dark color background, but add lots of white to it. Okay, lots of white to it, and you get this beautiful neutral muted tone, and it all holds together because you used these two colors to make the background. The same with this more abstract floral arrangement here. This is out there in the open field, just green and red, mix them together. You get all kinds of beautiful colors when you start adding a lot of white. And basically, that's what I do. And let me show you how I make my own charts. So why do I make charts? So I can use them as a reference. I can't remember all this stuff, and that's why I hang them on the wall, always up. So when I want that color, I know exactly what color, two colors, that will make that beautiful neutral. Here are two charts. This is right off my wall. Oh, here's this red. This is a red and a blue right from my color wheel. And mix it all up, it got really dark, and so here's the color that I wanted. Look at these beautiful neutrals. You wouldn't think that these two colors would make that beautiful color. Look at this purple, green, gorgeous colors. Over here is another chart. Look at these blues and reds, another soft, muted color. Anyway, these are the actual charts that I have on my wall, and now let me show you how I make one. So I'm looking for that magical khaki color that I like to use as the background so much. So I have my watercolor paper. Here's some yellow. This is Hansa yellow, the Holbein paint acrylic heavy body. And here's my black. All right, so here's how we do the mixing. There's your yellow, a little bit of black. Get out my big brush. Now we're gonna start mixing. And I have plenty of white over here. Here we go. This is the color I'm looking for, with a little bit of black. Look how little I used. Not a whole lot. It'll turn much more green. I'm adding more white to it. Oh, look at this. What a beautiful color. And you can adjust it even at this point. Maybe just a little bit more black. Not a whole lot. This black goes a long ways. So I'm doing all my mixing not on the paper, but on the table, my palette, adding more white. There's the color I'm looking for. I'll call it the khaki color. And lots of water. Here we go. Here we go. Get it all over the place. So this is one of the first colors I put on my canvases or paper. Good. Now, when this dries, I'll come back in with the pure colors. See how they just pop right off? They just float beautifully. See? And black, of course, is going to be pure black. It's going to be pretty strong. But even if you're doing abstracts, it still holds together. I'm going to add some more white in here. Remember the white part? I'm just showing you how much fun you can have and leeway you have in playing with the neutrals and why you use the neutrals. So I don't do my mixing here on the paper because this is what's going to happen. Mud. I have a bad habit of making mud. See, that just dies right there. That's not going to do anything. So you want to do your mixing not on the paper, but you do it on your palette, and you keep mixing it until you get the color you want. And now you know why I have a chart for reference. I can't keep all this stuff in my head, whatever is left up there. And so I just keep thinking about neutrals lately. It's a nice balance. Pure colors right out of the tube, you know, and then the neutrals. Kind of a yin-yang kind of a thing. I love it. So keep it in gear, but every once in a while, put it in neutral. See you on the next BobBlast. Hi, this is Bob Burridge inviting you back to another virtual juried show. The last ones were so successful. We decided to do another one, and this one is called Mirror Image, a reflection. It can either be about yourself, it can be about your best friend, it can be abstract, it can be realism. Your interpretation, and it can, so as you can see here, it can be from realistic to abstract. Your interpretation. I love this theme, mirror image. So 2D, all paintings. I can't wait to do all of this. And we have Sharon DeGiulio, who is our national juror for this one. You want to get into the show because she has such great explosive tastes on all kinds of art. You know, she used to run the Art of the Carolinas, and now she's somewhat retired, but we pulled her out of retirement so she can now jury your work. This is going to be exciting. This $2,000 worth of prizes. Mirror image, your interpretation. Good luck, and remember the deadline is May the 3rd. Hurry up and start painting your portraits of anyone you want. Take care. Thanks for watching.